Welcome back. Hi, I am Disha Shah. This video is really special to me because I will be sharing my entrepreneurial journey and how I make money as an Indian student. But not just that, this video is also a result of an Ask Me Anything that I was doing on my Instagram stories, and so many of you requested this video. I really enjoy taking requests and ideas from you guys because then I think that there's a sort of dialogue that's going on instead of a monologue, and it also makes me feel low-key like a YouTuber, you know? So it's pretty awesome, which is why I am really excited to do this video. Before we jump into the video, take a moment and reflect on why you clicked on this video and learn with intention. I am grateful to have you here, and the highest in me recognizes the highest in you. Okay, so this video is going to be in the order that I did these side hustles or created these passive incomes over the years. And this is definitely not your generic how to make money as a student video, because I think there are tons of YouTube videos and podcasts and just articles out there that help you with these generic ideas. And I will try to link some of my favorite articles that I would browse through when I was looking for ideas. But this video is going to be more real, very real, and based on my personal experience making money as a student and everything that I did over the years. I think the point of this video is to share my story and the mindset that really pushed me to learn, experiment, and create, and also helped me make a lot of good money over my teenage years and as a student till date. So yeah, let's jump into the video. There's a bonus tip at the end of the video, so make sure you don't miss it. Number one is to find an opportunity in everything around you to make money, right? So my first memory of making money is with my brother when I was maybe 9 or 10, and my aunt had just finished her housewarming party. And my brother and I collected all the flowers that she got as presents and the flowers that were used in the decoration and sold it on the streets of Bangalore for rupees 10 each. I remember we decided not to go too far away from home because we were still kids, and the strategy was to sell it to grandpas and grandmoms and couples who would buy it, and it worked. We made around 600 rupees and split it with each other, and I remember enjoying this process so much. And it doesn't end here. I think after this experience in my formative years, I had many trial and error methods because I grew up in an apartment in Chennai where I was surrounded by really amazing kids who now, when I think of it, were also entrepreneurial. So I was surrounded by kids who were experimenting and learning themselves. And we had a group. So it was my brother, it was me and my neighbor, and the three of us were around the same age. So we played a lot together outside. And we would play in the afternoons when our parents were asleep, and we would take our cycles and go on the streets and play police chore. What is cholies? Police chore. And we never had money in our hands. And in Chennai, it gets really hot during the summers, and we would want to drink those glass 7-Up bottles that we used to get for, I think back then they were 7 rupees, if I'm not wrong. I think they were 7 rupees. And we would try to figure out how to get this money. So sometimes we would ask for it, but most times what we would do is in our cycles, we would go around collecting cardboard boxes and newspapers that were on the streets, like littered around, and take the newspapers from her house and my house and borrow them from some neighbors and take them all to the recycle shop that was right next to our house and sell them. And we would get maybe 11 or 12 rupees, and then we would go and have that 7-Up. So I think in my childhood, I really kept kind of experimenting and learning to find ways of making money in everyday simple things. So it wasn't just flowers to me, it was an opportunity to make money. It wasn't just, oh, I am hungry. It was an opportunity to find a way to make money so I can satisfy my hunger. And this mindset, I think, is really important. When you're able to identify your opportunities well, making money becomes very easy. The second one is monetize any skill you have. When I was in my 6th grade, I started really getting into a lot of creative things and craft work, where I was making so much jewelry. I was doing so many different kinds of nail arts. I was learning how to do henna art or mehendi from my mom, and I was really getting into cooking. And in India, exhibitions and melas are really popular. They happen all year round in all parts of the country and in all scales. There are really small ones that are community driven or school driven, and there are really big ones that probably draw people from all around the world or country to come. And this is the most perfect place for you to kind of sell your craft or art. Because I think a complaint that most creative people have is that they find it hard to be entrepreneurial. And the reason is the best place is that people literally are coming there with a mindset of shopping and buying this craft. So you simply have to exist there. It doesn't matter what kind of skill you have. Exhibitions come in all shapes and forms, but try to kind of find an exhibition happening around you and go there and see how it works out for you. So I think the point here is that it doesn't matter what skill you have, there is a way to monetize it for sure. So don't try to pick up a skill that you think is easy to monetize, because that will die down. So pick up any skill that you enjoy and try to monetize it. The third one is commission-based sales. This is for everyone who enjoys selling or is already entrepreneurial. And if you have a good eye for identifying products that make sense in the market or is used frequently around you. So when I was in 7th grade or 6th grade, I grew up in an apartment where I had a household next to my apartment where the mom of the house was an entrepreneur herself, and she had a whole tailoring unit and a storage space, and she was selling saris and bags and churidars and just so many different range of products that she was hand making. And I identified that these were the same products that were being sold, that were being used by my teachers in my school. So one day I walked up to her and I said, you know what, these are the same products that my teachers use, and if you don't mind, I would like to see if I can maybe sell your products to my teachers. And she was so kind enough to kind of sit me down, and she made a list of all the products that she was willing to give me, and how much she would charge me for it and how much I should charge them for it. She said, you know, increase 10 rupees in that bag and maybe 30 rupees in that lunchbox cover. And we made a whole list, and she gave me a whole bag. She didn't charge me a penny for taking those products. I simply had to give it back to her, the ones that I didn't sell, and give her the cash for the ones that I sold at her price. So kind, so sweet of her. So I took the bag of products next day. My school was in walking distance. And during lunch break, I went to the staff room and asked my teachers if they wanted to buy my products. And that was it. I did that whole thing with that auntie for around 1.5 or 2 years. And over that time, I made so much money, which will bring us to our next step. But before we move on, I made so much money on that thing. And that's when I think Instagram and Facebook started coming up. And I realized that maybe it's time to scale and maybe it's time to go pan-India. So I started a business called Little Lady with my best friend. It was, again, a commission-based business where we would reach out to wholesalers and creators and ask for their product pictures and post it on this Instagram page. We did everything from dresses and saris to products and footwear and just a range of different things. And all we had to do was post this picture on Instagram, put down the price tag, a nice little caption, and we would get orders. And we didn't have to ship it ourselves either. We would just get it from the wholesale place, directly delivered to the customer, and in between you would just charge a higher amount for facilitating the sale. And we made around 45 grand running this for just a year. And this was like a massive side time thing. We didn't even pay that much attention to it. So that was a good amount of money from there. So if you enjoy sales, there are so many ways for you to make money. You can literally make money out of everything. And the best way to get better at sales is to practice it with everything. Practice it every day with everything and just do your trial and error, learn and experiment, and you will make a lot of money. Sales is one of the best skills to have if you are interested in making more money. It's probably time for me to get a bank account. So when I was in my 6th or 7th grade, I got my bank account. And I think it's the most exciting and the best thing that could have happened to me. I remember walking in there and filling out the form and getting my account because it really laid the foundation to everything that I would learn after. I went to the bank so often after I got my bank account that I knew every member of staff of that bank. And I got so close to the staff because I would go in almost every week. So I remember they asked me to start creating FDs and fixed deposits and recurring deposits. And my mom and my grandmom, my nanny, were also really hell-bent on me making these fixed deposits. So a lot of people kind of had started educating me on how to put my money to use. And this is when the passive income started. So I started creating FDs with 500 and 1,000 rupees and 5,000 and 10,000 and then 15,000 and recurring deposits. So every month I started putting in some money because I was making some money. In this phase, I think I started learning how money can generate more income. And to this date, I haven't broken any of my FDs and they make money and grow every single day as I sleep without having to do much. But yeah, if you already have a good amount of savings and if you started experimenting with monetizing your skills and you start getting in money, instead of spending it, try to see how you can put this money to work so that money makes more money. Because that's how your passive income is going to start, from your active income. So get a bank account if you don't have one. Start making fixed deposits, recurring deposits. I will link the video to other 6 investment options that you can start out as a beginner or as a student. The next one is tuitions. And this is so underrated, people. I think it's a massive market in India. Just print out some flyers or put up a Facebook post, or maybe just do a word of mouth or a WhatsApp message blast. And say announce that you're taking tuitions, and it gives you regular income for a long period of time. And tuitions, honestly, if you're good at what you do and you're patient and your students start liking you, you can make so much money. And taking tuitions was actually a ground rule in my house that my mom laid down. So my brother and I took tuitions as soon as we came to 11th and 12th grades, and I took mathematics, French, science and English tuitions all through my 11th and 12th, and I was making at least 8 to 10 grand a month. I had anywhere between 4 to 5 students at all points in time, and I was taking different subjects for all of them, and they were from different classes, and it was just so much fun. And it was, I think I made the most money from tuitions and I spent the least amount of time in it, because I would take 8 hours a month. So I would only take weekend tuitions, and I would spend an hour on Saturday, an hour on Sunday, or sometimes 2 hours on a Saturday or a Sunday. So it's literally 8 hours of work for the whole month, and you get paid really good amounts. I was getting like $1,000 for an hour, which is insanely good for an 11th grade student. Basically, any skill that you have that you start mildly getting good at, you can make money out of it by starting to teach the basics again. It can be anything from photography to painting to dance, to cooking, to craft work. Anything that you're good at, you can make money by teaching it. The next one is internships or freelancing, depending on the kind of work life you like having. The best part about an internship, I think, is that you get to work with people and learn from people who are more experienced than you. And the best part about freelancing is that you get to be your own boss and work on projects, pick and work on projects that you are passionate about. And these need not be just boring random projects. If you're passionate about social causes, then you can work there and make money. I have worked with so many amazing social causes over the years and made money. The recent one that I'm working on, and the topic that I think I find really interesting, is mental health, and I'm learning myself. And so you really get to be your own boss here. And as how I see this whole phase of kind of learning and working during college is that you get paid to learn, right? Because I think so many skills that I've picked up because I had to do a certain job, I would have not learned otherwise just from my university or sitting at home. So I will try to link some of the websites that help you find opportunities that make you money and work on projects that you like. It can be anything from research to writing a blog or filling out surveys or designing, painting, creating videos, animations, so many things right now that you can easily learn and make money out of. Some of them you are very popular that are out there are that I have used personally are Internshala, Fiverr.com. I will link them below, but
this video is not sponsored at all. I think I just wanted to say that.
But I will link those things in the description box, and check them out. Get off your ass and make some money. Welcome to the last one. I am 20 years old now, and I think this is the phase in my life where I'm trying to figure out what a career will look like in my life and how I want to pursue it. And I've always known that I don't want money to be a kind of barrier when I am picking or selecting a career path. And this is when I'm going to use all these years of experimenting and learning to set up different passive incomes, so that I'm not pressured into picking a path just because it makes money, but I have the freedom of following my heart. And I think this is what passive incomes do to you. They really let you kind of experiment, learn and grow in a way that's very organic and that's fulfilling and satisfying to you, and not just money driven. It's not bad to be money driven, but if you're picking a 9-to-5 job that's more than half of your day every single day for the rest of your life just because you want to make some money, to me that seems very unnecessary when you can be working on things that you love. But I think the best ways to make a passive income right now, if you're good at any skill, is YouTube, making a blog on Medium, and podcasts. I think these three things are massively scalable, let you make money while you're sleeping, and once you're done with it, you can make money almost for the rest of your life and you don't have to worry about it. The bonus tip is start before you think you're ready. Don't wait till you've developed a skill to a certain level, your photography's got into a certain benchmark, or your design skills or your video editing skills have gone to a certain level. In fact, if you notice my YouTube videos from the very first video up till now, I am still learning.
I am fumbling and falling and failing and
somehow getting it together. But it's the journey that matters. No one here is here to test you and grade you or mark you. The whole process of making money needs to be fun and exciting, and you need to it's not just about the money that you make, it's about the whole process of it. So start before you're ready. Don't be so afraid to try something and fail at it. The trial and error method is my favorite method, because if you don't try, you will possibly never know if you could do it. So be consistent and keep trying at anything, and start before you're ready. Yeah, this was my massive list of things. I hope the video isn't too long. I will know when I edit it. But yeah, I really enjoyed making this video. Please let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed it, if you related to anything. If you have more requests and ideas, like the video, comment, share. Please subscribe if you're interested. I will make more videos on the topic of personal finance and any other requests that you have. And I will see you soon.